That's good. Yeah, it's really good. No. Yeah, it's kind of like mac and cheese. Archie, stop. Not yours. The dog's trying to steal my food. Archie's trying to steal my food. Dance. Dance. The sun was out for a second. Oh my god, man. GG. That thing's beautiful. Beautiful. See, it's good luck running with me doing charity runs. I popped some music on. I didn't realize the desktop was muted, so I'm hoping it's not too loud on stream. Oh my god. Very nice. I need to get a good squirts. Do you find running squirts with ballista in groups is better? Let's see what you got set up here. Okay. Yeah, I'm missing a good wraps. Got decent shoulders. Got a pretty nice Dawn. Yeah, you got some good gear. My rings are pretty lacking too. Let's see what mine are. 610, 602. Nah, keep them in. I've got ancient ones and pretty much the same. Let me just see. Light resist. Yeah, resist. Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks though. I need to get some area damage on a Dawn. And my bequest kind of sucks too. Hey Destro, this is NA. These are the NA servers. Do you play on NA? Welcome to the stream. I haven't streamed in a bit, so I was messing with the audio levels too, so if I'm too loud or music's too loud or anything, just let me know. What part of the world are you hailing from, Destro? Yeah, for sure, Wolf. Hold on a second. One second here. Wolf, what's your Discord username? Let me know if you got my friend requests. Okay, now let me set you up. Okay. I'm gonna invite you to the server. Let me know once you got the server invite. Alright, now let me give you permissions only.
Hey man.
What's up?
Not much. Just dying inside with that chest piece.
Yeah. I hear you, man. That's pretty wild, though.
Do you think you can handle a little higher of a run?
I could try, for sure.
Okay.
I'm down. I'm not one of those people who like freaks out if they die on stream. Doesn't matter to me.
And I found this ancient focus ring. If I can get crit hit chance on it. Let's see.
Yeah, my gear situation is kind of meh. Area damage is like pretty important, and mine is lacking.
I'm kind of glad yours is lacking right now because with mine and yours put together, it can lag the server out.
Yeah, I'm at 114%, which is not
What do you
terrible.
mean you're lacking? I'm at 126.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, it can go higher, but
Yeah. I finally got my cooldown to where like I can stay in vengeance. But I'm just lacking in gons, like paragons for the most part.
I can get 6% crit chance on this ring. It will drop my overall crit hit damage by 7%, but I can put 500 dex on it.
Yeah.
Or maybe if I have a gem a little higher, I can put a little higher than that on it, and then.
Oh man, I got some ancient wraps of clarity. They're 50% for 5 seconds, so it's GG, but that's 5% crit instead of 6, but still better than what I got. Yeah, at least I can augment them.
Yeah, with what I got, that chest piece and this ring, when I put dex on both of them,
Yeah.
I will probably now be able to push higher than a 121, which is what I've pushed to so far.
Nice, man. Yeah, that's what I'm wearing and what I just got, so I'll lose a 1% crit chance, but at least I can augment them. I'll roll the regen to cold.
I mean, with that ancient one, you got the 50%, which is always nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. My dog Archie's trying to steal my food. No! No! It's mine! It's mine!
Yeah,
He's like, I'm gonna knock over your green screen and steal your food at the same time. Hey! No!
Do you need a satchel? The 9th series satchel?
No, I'm good. So, like, I've had some other stuff going on. I haven't been able to pay attention to the season as much as usual. Like, what are the... It seems like there's a lot of different options for how you can play this build. Like, with different bows and stuff. I see people using squirts with the ballista a lot, but, like, I'm never really a huge fan of being really squishy.
Yeah, if you use squirts with this build, there's a really high chance you'll be one-shot killed. Or one-hit killed.
Yeah.
And with how laggy the servers can get sometimes for this season,
Yeah.
you're basically eating a bullet. Is what you're doing at that point.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm having this issue, like, I don't really play the traditional way, like with rolling my mouse and stuff like that. But like when I cast the hungering arrow while I'm strafing, I'm getting like a stuttering effect on my screen.
While you're doing this right here, and you hit hungering arrow,
like I'll strafe and then I'll hit hungering arrow, and it'll like, I don't know if you can see it on stream, but every once in a while it does like a stutter, like I stutter step, and it's like it's giving me a headache sometimes. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
So like the way I play, I use the keys, so I'm holding A, and then I have hungering arrow on W, and when I hit W, sometimes it frame stutters.
I'm not really for sure. I use my mouse for strafe and shooting hungering arrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that out. Maybe there's something going on with it. But yeah, if you want to try to push a little higher, by all means, man, it's up to you.
I was gonna say, if we can do a 110 until I can get this gem up there, It's at 106 right now,
Mm-hmm.
and when I get that to 110, I can put it on my chest piece,
Okay.
and then you can drop it back down if you want.
Sounds good, man. I'll just try to live. Should be okay.
Yeah, if I need to, I can swap out some gems and stuff.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah, right now I'm wearing my push build,
Fun way to
which
start.
basically the main difference is I have the diamond gems in instead of the emeralds.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I used to have a group of people to run with, but a lot of them just either left for PoE or something else. So. Jesus. I should have probably put a Path of Exile. I should probably put my.
Okay.
I should have put my ballista on.
So is Path of Exile any better than it was like 4 years ago?
I don't know, because I don't. Like, I couldn't get into it, so I kind of left it off the radar.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I know PoE 2 is coming in a year or so.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
I used to play it about 4 years ago, and it was basically then, I don't know if it still is, but it was basically the cheap man's version of Diablo.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. I know they've definitely made improvements, and I mean, wow, it's got to be decent because a lot of people play the leagues and stuff, and it's got a decent following. So yeah, I think for this, like if we keep doing these, I'm gonna have to put the ballista on.
Well, if the game loves me enough, like it did with that chest piece, I can get it. I can get all 4 of them this run.
For real. That was some RNG.
Do you have the gnomes on?
No, I don't. I should have put them on this.
Figured I'd ask before I put the pile on.
Yeah. That's the other thing too, like, I have pretty low Paragon, but I've been watching some people push, and I'm like, how are they staying alive with this build?
Literally, if you want to, I don't know, I haven't really seen you too much, but whenever you get a group like this, or well, the group's dead for the most part, but when you get a group, like, let me try to get this all, and then you basically just circle around the group, and while you're circling, the more you move, if you're wearing the strafe thing for the rune, the one where it shoots the rockets and everything.
Yeah.
While you go in circles around the group, it will fire a hungering arrow shot as well.
Oh.
It has a chance to fire a hungering arrow shot.
I didn't
So
know
while you're circling, it's doing that, and then you occasionally hit the. Every so many seconds, you hit your hungering arrow shot, and
that
just
makes
want
sense.
to try to circle around everything. And while you're moving in a circle, it makes it harder for them to hit you and stuff. And that's how most people do it.
Last few seasons, I was not really happy with where the DH was, so I started playing Barb. So I've been spinning to win for 3 seasons.
Gotcha. Last season, I did the Necromancer. It was my first Necromancer that I did. And before that, I'd never really played a season because I didn't know that they were a thing in this game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I for the most part, I'm mainly stuck with the campaign.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Dude, I wish there was some proper expansions other than Reaper, because the story is always... I'm a big sucker for lore and stuff.
oh yeah. Like, this might make me sound more of a nerd than I already am, but for this game, but I'm wanting to try to find a copy of the original Diablo online and buy it, and then play the original Diablo, play Diablo 2, and then play this one's campaign all the way from start to finish. again,
that'd be cool.
right before Diablo 4 comes out.
Every once in a while, like I'll watch the CGIs, just to get like amped up, because even the older games, they did such a good job.
Oh yeah, like I
Blizzard's,
still
like, a master
remember.
at that.
I still remember the Butcher from Diablo 1, and it's been, oh god, like almost 15 years now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, I literally remember him almost like I seen him a couple of days ago. Which, I mean, I will say this. One reason why it's like scarred in my memory forever is because I was 6 years old whenever I first encountered him.
Yeah.
And that terrified me for like a whole
stuff like that. Like when I was a kid, when I played the first Resident Evil on PlayStation with my buddy.
Yeah.
With, like,
Are you talking about where the dogs jump through the window? Because I remember that.
I remember that to this day. That freaks me out.
Yep. I like, the funny thing was I was at home by myself and my dad had to go to the store to pick up some food and stuff, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. And my mom was at work, and my dad was like, yeah, if I was you, I wouldn't play this game until you're a little older. And then that was my cue. Okay, I can play this game.
Yeah, as a kid, like anything your parents say don't do, you're gonna do.
And
for sure.
Oh, he knew it too. He knew I wanted to play it because I've watched him play it. Like, all this was both the original Diablo and Diablo 2, and that game were all his games.
Yeah.
And I would pester him all day, every day. Like, hey, can I play? Hey, can I play?
That's
And then he finally like broke in and let me play it. My mom never knew, and if she found out, she would have been furious.
Oh, yeah.
Because she didn't want me to play any games all the way up till I turned 18, and I finally told her, I was like, look, I am playing games and there's nothing you can do.
Right? It's like, nah, I'm all set, Mom.
Yeah, but my dad was pretty cool about that stuff, and he told me, he was like, look, you might be terrified if you play this. Do you still want to play it? And I'm like, yep. And at 6 years old, he let me get on his computer and play Diablo 1. And he already beat the game. He knew it was coming, and he never told me about that. And all I remember is fresh meat. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And then I remember with that one, the Resident Evil one, my dad was gone, my mom was gone. I was the only one at the house, and I was playing it, and it was going pretty good, and I was like, okay, this is a pretty good game. And then the dog scene happened, and I don't remember this, but my dad told me that I was hidden underneath my bed in almost the fetal position.
No, that scene in Resident Evil, like, as a kid, freaks you out.
Yeah, I was like somewhere between 5 to 6, yeah.
Yeah, that'll spook you.
And
yeah, I started streaming on here for a while, and then I've been working on a YouTube, and then I came back. I'm gonna do YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to throw me a follow here, throw me a follow on YouTube, and I'm around, man. So I like to game with people in the community. I don't think sitting there by yourself talking to yourself is all that much fun.
yeah, I mean, I definitely understand that. I got a friend that he started streaming on Twitch like a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
and I met him on there, and it was for Warframe.
Yeah.
And then he moved to Mixer whenever that first started because he wanted to try to start on a more fresher platform.
Yeah, I hear you there.
And then he moved to this other app. It was like I can't remember the name of it. And then he went to Facebook when Facebook first did the thing.
Yeah, Facebook streaming.
Oh my god, it gave me all four. The first one was a fail, and that's when I went dead silent. I was like, oh god.
You're the luckiest guy in the world.
No, I got a friend that got 15 primals back to back in less than an hour.
What?
Yes. Don't ask me how. I just know me and him
What
were
is he,
doing
Neo in the Matrix?
We were doing 110s, and I was with him, and he was like primal, and I would look on his stream, and sure enough, there was a primal sitting on the ground, unidentified, 15 times, and I was like, dude, can you, we're friends, right, man? Like,
that's spooky.
You gonna give me one of those? Yeah.
Had some spooky business.
Do you need an Oculus ring?
No, I'm good. I got one on my follower. I need Paragons.
So let me grab.
So what is Vala's bequest really doing that much with the straight projectiles pierce?
Basically, while you're strafing, it allows you to hit multiple targets instead of one target with your thing.
Yeah.
So that's why while it's in a group, the thing is going through multiple of the targets in that group, and that's how you're able to melt the groups pretty quick.
Yeah.
So let's put that not in there.
What bow are people using with the satchel? Like they cube the dawn, obviously, and then.
Usually if they're using the satchel. Are you talking about for the farming build? Where you use the Yang's bow?
Mm-hmm.
So from what I've understood, they would have the Convention of Elements on for the ring.
Mm-hmm.
They would keep the depth diggers in, and then for the 9th satchel, they would replace that with the Dawn.
Gotcha.
And then they would have a 9th satchel in their offhand with the Yang's bow in their primary.
Because I need to put together a T16 build, because obviously the pushing build, you run out of resource and farming keys so fast. So.
Yeah. Put these gems back up. And then now with so basically that one run I got that primal chest and I got an ancient focus ring that was just it had slightly less crit damage, but it had cold resist and reduced duration of control impel effects.
Yeah, which is awesome. What's up, Archie?
So now if I can put another 110 gem in there,
yeah,
that's gonna probably boost me to about 2.8 mil damage for paper damage with my push build, and that would put me over 3 million for my DPS build.
That's awesome.
It would put me probably around 3.3 mil for my team push build.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 1.8. I'm in the back of the bus, not without a varsity jacket on. On the bench.
Right now.
You want to do another 110?
Well, I don't need to at the moment.
All right. We can do like 100s.
My next gem is.
Yeah, let me know because I'm down for whatever.
What? Yeah, my next gem is at 21, so.
Okay. There's no more food, Archie. That casserole is amazing. I was talking to my girlfriend about it.
What kind of casserole?
She made like a was it squash? Was it zucchini? It's like a yellow squash, zucchini. It's like mac and cheese almost.
Yellow squash,
Yellow squash casserole pasta. There you go.
Okay.
Pretty good. Trying to eat a little healthier because I, during this COVID madness, I'd say I put on a few pounds. Archie, stop it! Ow.
Trying so hard to just keep you from getting
it. He's,
yeah, no problem.
He's trying to steal the empty plate.
I've literally seen videos of dogs going over there and like slowly walking.
Oh yeah, creeping up.
Yeah, and the owner just is recording them but acting like they can't see them. And the dog would get closer and closer to the food till it just grabs it and takes off.
He's being a jerk right now. One time I ordered Chinese, this was like a year ago. And the combo was sitting right there on the table. I looked away for 1 second and then I was on the ground, just gone. 2 gulps.
Just left 1 second too.
Just housed it. Archie, oh my god.
Yeah, my grandparents that I'm staying with at the moment have like 4 dogs, and they feed them, and they'll come to me and just look at me, and I'm like, you already know you're not getting none of my food. And then it like they'll put their head down and just walk away.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason I'm eating this and you're not, man. It's mine. I claim.
It's rough. Like I'm definitely the softie, and my girlfriend's like the police.
Yeah,
So,
I'm the type of person where I don't feed dogs my food because it's my food.
Well,
I'll
it's
feed
better
them.
if you don't, because if you start giving them people food, they get used to it, and it's terrible.
Oh yeah, I know like certain things, especially like what I eat. A lot of it can hurt a dog. Like most of my stuff I eat usually has like jalapenos or habaneros in it.
Oh yeah, forget it. Or even like onions and garlic, it like poison a dog.
Yeah, I don't know how true it is, but I've always heard chocolate can hurt a dog.
Yeah, chocolates. They gotta eat a lot of it, but
yeah, I don't really know too much of it. I'm not really the pet person here, except for like I used to own snakes, and I used to own a bearded dragon.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I had a dog growing up. Archie's only the second dog I ever had. My girlfriend and I got him last year. He's like a year and a half now, a little older than that. He's like spoiled all hell though.
Yeah, like I've had 2 dogs that I could technically say were mine, and one of them was a pit bull, and it was a female, and she was really defensive about me and everything. And anytime anyone would come over and they would like grab me or anything, that dog would be right on top of them.
Oh yeah, she's like protective of you for sure.
Yeah, and I went. This was back around the same time I played the first Diablo game, but I went to school one morning, and when I got back, the dog wasn't there. And I went to my dad and I was like, "Where's the dog?" And he sat me down and he was like, "I got some bad news." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "The dog died."
What?
It's like, how did that happen? And he said, he told me, he said, your bus driver, when he came back around to get because I was in elementary at the time, so the bus, usually what they do is they have 2 trips. They'll go and get the elementary earlier, and then come back to get the high school and middle school.
I got you.
And he said, when my bus driver came back to get the high school and middle school, he hit the dog and ran it over with the bus.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Yep.
Jesus.
and I would never take another dog up until like almost 7 years later, and then
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I got another dog, or my mom got another dog, and then that thing took up to me, and it was pretty much just like that other one. It would, if anyone looked at me funny, that dog would be over there in a split second trying to get at him.
Definitely.
There's another pair of ancient pants as well if you need them.
Okay.
But yeah, that's basically my dog experience, and that one
I can't believe that your bus driver did that. That must have been like the worst. Like having to be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I just ran your dog over.
Well, I was at school and everything, and he told me apparently what my dad said was my dad went back to sleep after I went to school, or after the bus picked me up, and he said he heard a knock at the door, and when he got up and went in there, the bus driver was standing on the porch, and he told him what all happened and everything.
Jesus.
But yeah, could you just imagine? The worst part for me though was like I was excited about getting home just because of the dog.
Yeah, well, yeah, when you're a kid, like you want to see your dog.
And I got home and everything, walked over there and walked to the backyard where the dog normally is, and didn't see it.
There's a thing in the news here, like I forget when, like a few months ago, some kid was riding a four-wheeler up the street. He rode up onto these people's lawn, ran their dog over, and just took off.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was on the news. They're like, if anybody has any information. I was like, wow, that's like a terrible thing to do.
Yeah, after that second dog, I've never really gotten another one because I just have bad luck with dogs. Like, they'll like me and everything, and
something will happen. Yeah. You get attached.
They'll get hit by a bus.
Oh, God.
There was my other dog. It was around the same time I was just starting high school. Got to school, and my dad called me and he was like, "I got some bad news."
Oh my God,
like,
man!
What is it? And he was like, "Your dog got poisoned."
Oh my God!
And apparently the neighbor didn't like having dogs in the neighborhood, and it put arsenic in the water bowl.
Oh my God, what the heck?
And it killed the dog, and they were able to prove that it was arsenic in it and everything, and
yeah, that's fucked up.
Neighbor got put in prison for like a year and a half over it, but
good.
It didn't matter to me. I was more concerned about the dog.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's my experience with owning something that's not in a cage.
Man, no more pets for you.
Yeah.
No, you remember that thing on the news, babe, where that family, somebody rode up on their lawn with an ATV and ran the dog over and took off? Yeah. That's what I was talking about. I think you should go to jail for longer than a year and a half for purposely killing somebody's dog, though. That's crazy.
Well, they basically said because it wasn't a human, they couldn't have a longer sentence. But yeah,
that's messed up, dude. That's. I'm an animal lover, man. If somebody did that to my dog, I'd be in jail with him too.
You know, I would be, but the guy was like almost 7 foot tall, and I was,
yeah.
I
did
just
your dog
started
bark a lot? Like, what the hell was this deal?
No, it was pretty quiet and everything.
He just hates dogs.
Yeah, he just hated dogs, and the only thing that it would do would be occasionally, if there was a knock at the door, it would bark, and it had a loud bark.
Dogs bark,
but yeah, I mean,
that's messed up.
But he was also pretty crazy.
Yeah, sounds like it.
He was a veteran from Vietnam, the Vietnam War.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, looks like it's
he would carry his handgun in his pocket, or his holster and everything on his right side,
yeah.
on his waist, and he would carry his M16 rifle on his shoulders, and he would march up and down the street.
What?
And he would be completely drunk.
That's intense.
And that was my neighbor. But I mean, I can't really say anything. I live in Tennessee. It could be a little worse.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I've had some family members who've served, and you know,
Yeah.
they weren't that bad, but they, you know, they don't want to talk about it or what have you. You know? If you don't get help, things can be
Like,
rough.
he didn't have a wife. He didn't have any kids or anything.
Yeah.
He always really kept to himself for the most part, unless it was nighttime. Then he would get completely drunk and then walk around the road holding his M16 and his handgun and the holster.
Yeah, he was back in the zone.
Yeah.
It's tough though. It's tough to readjust.
Seeing, yeah, that.
Well, he
I
don't
don't
know what he went through, what he saw. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't live in that neighborhood anymore, but that neighborhood, there was so much weird stuff that happened over there.
It's like the Twilight Zone.
There was one time where this woman, it was before that guy became our neighbor, and it was in the same house and everything that he took over.
Mm-hmm.
But this lady found out that her husband was cheating on her and she was maybe mid-60s, and her husband was like mid-60s as well, and he was cheating on her with this 18-year-old girl.
Jeez.
And she literally got a knife, put it to his throat, and was holding him hostage in his house, and the SWAT team had to come out, and you looked out the window and there's SWAT in the trees with the red lasers pointed at their door.
Oh my god.
It was crazy.
Talk about drama.
And then there was one guy that liked to break into people's houses and steal females' underwear, and he was like mid-30s.
Oh my god, man.
And
I had a friend growing up who had a sibling who was schizophrenic.
yeah.
And he was out of it one night and just like went into his neighbor's house, like a couple streets over, and just like fell asleep. And they came home from vacation and they were just like, "What are you doing in our house?" He was just like, "What? Oh shoot."
Who?
So you never know.
Yeah. But I can tell you one thing though. My grandma on my dad's side, her and my granddad had to stay a couple of weeks at that house with us because they sold their house and was having another one being built.
Yeah.
So they stayed with us until that one got built. And it was in the same neighborhood. And I was at school. My sisters were at school. And my mom was at work. My granddad, I think, he was gone doing something else. And my dad wasn't there. And it was just my grandma. And there was no cars there because my grandma didn't drive.
Yeah.
And so most of the lights were out, and she just got out of the shower and everything.
Whoa.
And that guy that breaks into people's houses and steals their underwear and stuff
Yeah.
broke in the house while my grandma was basically completely butt naked walking into the bedroom to get dressed and everything after getting out of the shower.
Oh my god, what the hell?
She said she didn't know which one screamed louder and ran fastest. She thought no one was there, and when he got in there and seen her butt naked,
He learned his lesson. He was like, oh shit.
Running back out the door. She screamed and ran into the bedroom and just heard. She said you just heard two doors slam almost at the same time.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff that went on down there.
Yeah, this neighborhood was a hotbed for crazy shit.
Yeah, the worst part though about that neighborhood was I don't know where you live, but have you know the whole tornado warning things?
Yeah.
Well, there's these poles that have like speakers on it, and if there's a tornado, they'll sound
Yeah.
for like a warning system, and that's right in the middle of our front yard.
Oh my god.
And they have to test it twice a month.
Yeah.
So random times you'll just hear it go off.
Jesus.
Day, night,
Jesus.
pretty much any time of the day. And yeah, there was that going on. There was
That would freak me out.
yeah, I mean, all that stuff was going on, and I'm sitting there at 6 years old playing Diablo and Resident Evil.
Yeah, and you're hearing warning, warning.
No, all it did was it would just make a really that first sound that you made. It would make a sound really similar to that,
Yeah.
and it was really loud, and it would do that for almost an hour, and then it would just stop.
Shit. Yeah, that would drive me nuts.
Yeah, I don't know if you're able to tell, but I'm from Tennessee, and I'm basically I've grown up basically in the redneck side of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Connecticut. I grew up in Connecticut, but yeah, I lived in New York City and Queens and other areas and stuff. So
See, you didn't have like 99% of these problems that I've dealt with.
no.
Like, could you just imagine in the middle of New York, down the road, there's just this guy holding an M16 with a handgun on his
Oh
side.
my god, that'd be all over the news and he would be dead.
Yeah. Oh no, that also reminds me of another story that happened down there at the same area, because we lived there from probably the time I was about 4 to like I was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
So we lived there for a while, and there was this one guy. He was what you would say a little inbred.
A little.
And he was barely able to talk and everything, and his kids were pretty much the same way.
Yeah.
And he had to go and pick up his cousin in Georgia, and he was needing to sell his chainsaw for like $10 to get enough gas to go to Georgia and back.
Yeah.
And my mom and my dad's sister were sitting there with me and my two cousins at the time, because the third one was still a baby and she was over there at the other house. But they were sitting there with me and my two sisters and everything, and they were watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh my god. Okay, I see where this is going.
And so this guy looks pretty similar to the guy, the main guy in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Jesus.
And my dad was across the gravel road with his sister's husband, and they were sitting there playing there was this golf game on the GameCube, and they were sitting there playing that. They weren't at our house, and my mom said that she heard a knock at the door, and she went to open the door. My dad's sister was right behind her, and they both walk to the door, open the door, freaking out because they just got literally the end scene, like where the thing where like all the people that worked on the movie and stuff, their names going. It was literally just that just started. Like, I mean, they literally just got done watching it. Jesus. And they open the door and see a guy that looks really similar to the lead guy in the movie.
Yeah.
You can barely understand a word he's saying. And he goes, "Yeah, I got my chainsaw." He was like, I got this chainsaw right here, and I need $10 for it, so I can go to Georgia and pick up my cousin." And it works real good here, saying he cranked it up, and they didn't understand really what he said. They said they just seen a guy standing there making no sense and just started chainsaw up right in front of them.
Other than that, the fact that they think they're about to die, like, can't you get more than $10 for a chainsaw, even if it doesn't work properly? I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, like he was just wanting to sell it real quick, just to get literally enough money to put gas in his car, pretty much, to go to Georgia and back.
Jesus.
And he was gonna buy it back and everything was the thing. Basically, it was I'll give you this chainsaw if you give me $10, and then when I get the money, I'll buy the chainsaw back from you.
That's messed up, man.
And so they slammed the door in his face.
Yeah.
He's standing there, and they freak me and my cousins and my sisters out because we were watching it with them. And I mean, again, I was around the age of 7, 8 at the time.
Right.
And so we were freaking out because they were freaking out, and they're supposed to be the adults here in the situation.
Right.
And so they call my dad, and my dad hurries up, jumps up, grabs a screwdriver, like the long screwdrivers you use when you're working on cars.
Yeah.
And he put that to where he had the handle and the screwdriver the rod was going across the bottom part of his arm.
Oh my god.
And he said he was gonna go out there and if the guy tried to swing at him with the chainsaw, he would try to put his arm up so it would hit that thing to try to block it. And I was like, I don't think that would work anyways.
Probably not.
Yeah. he was like, I didn't know what to do, and I walked out there and he said I seen him, and my dad knows the guy because they've traded some things before, like he had to get a car battery from him and stuff. And he's a pretty good guy and everything, but he's definitely from the incest side of things.
He's got no awareness either. He's like, yeah, I'll just rev a chainsaw on these people's front porch.
Pretty much. He had some like messed up stuff in his head type thing. I don't know what they diagnosed him with or whatever, but he had some mental problems.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a town in Connecticut. It's like pretty small, you know, everybody kind of knows everybody. And there was a family who had some of those same issues, but they kind of stayed to themselves, and they would pick through your trash every now and again and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and, like,
that's
15 of them lived in the same house, and it was all like condemned and stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way that was. But my dad walked out there and he asked me, he was like, "What are you doing on my front porch with a chainsaw?" And he has that whole thing where, like, whenever he talks, it, like, you know, whenever people have
he has like a tick, like he can't get it out.
No, you know when people talk and they have that thing where it has to do with their lips. And it makes it to where you can't really understand what they're saying too much.
Yeah, I think I kind of know what you mean.
Yeah, he had that, and you literally almost couldn't understand what he was saying. But my dad, on my dad's side, one of his cousins was born like that with the lip problem, and so because he grew up around it and he was able to talk to him, everything. He was able to understand what he was saying.
Oh, that's good.
And he was like, yeah, I'm trying to sell this chainsaw for $10 to go and get my cousin and all this stuff. And he was like, see, it works and everything. And he cranked it up. And my dad told him, it's like, well, we don't really have the money for it right now and everything.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, okay. Thanks for letting me at least talk to you. And then he grabbed the chainsaw and just started walking down the road to the next house. And my dad opened the door, walked in, and told my mom and his sister what was going on, and they felt bad for slamming the door in his face. And
well, shit, they didn't know.
yeah, but yeah.
Thank God your dad could understand what he was saying, otherwise it might have ended differently.
Yeah, but that's basically my childhood. Growing up playing Diablo. Basically horror games and stuff, and
yeah, I
live
was
in an area like that.
There was one franchise that my friends used to love, like the Silent Hill games.
Yeah, I remember them.
I never really played a lot of them, but even to this day, like a lot of my friends are like, man, I wish they would make another Silent Hill game.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it.
I played every Resident Evil game pretty much that's ever made, except for Code Veronica, because I didn't have a Dreamcast.
Yeah. I played all of them, but my dad literally had almost every system that was made.
Right.
He liked to collect the older systems and stuff.
Yeah, I pretty much had them all, with exception for like, when I was younger, like I didn't get to choose every system I got, so like I missed out on Sega CD and a few of these other ones, but
yeah, basically I didn't get a say in it. It was all my dad's, and if I got to play it was because he said so.
Right.
And I'm the type of person where if person's not around, I'm not gonna mess with any other stuff. So if my dad wasn't around and I didn't have his permission, mainly surely out of respect and everything, I wouldn't mess with it.
Nah.
Because I didn't know what I was doing. I was like 6.
Yeah, you don't want to break everything.
Yeah, and then especially on the computer, like I didn't know anything about that. I just know he would start the game and then I could play it.
Right.
But yeah, and the funny thing is, with what all I've told you, how old would you guess that I am?
Well, it's hard to say because, you know, you can't base your age on when these games came out because your dad is a collector, so based on how you sound and what you're describing, I'd say...
I'm hoping you don't say what one kid said.
I bet you're like 19, 20.
Pretty close, and literally like 20 days from now I'll be 21.
I knew it.
I'm just
Your
glad you
dad's
did.
a legend, though. If he's exposed to all the classics, like he's a legend.
Yeah, like I literally grew up playing that, and then like Morrowind and the original Elder Scrolls games.
That's awesome.
The Fallout games, whenever they were still the top-down version and everything.
That's cool, man. That's really cool.
But yeah, I was talking to this one guy, and he asked me, he's like, well, how old are you? And I was like, well, from what I've told you, what would you say that I am if you were gonna guess? And he was like, well, because you played them dinosaur games, I would say you're probably somewhere in your mid to late 50s. What? No, I'm 20 right now. Well,
I played those dinosaur games when they came out, and I'm freaking...
Yeah.
I'm 36, so shit.
Yeah, like...
I'm old.
That really made me upset, too. I was like, what do you mean, dinosaur game?
As I get older, I'm becoming more and more like a dinosaur. I'm like a T-Rex. Like, my arms are shrinking. I'm getting hunched over. Everything pisses me off.
Yeah, man. I can't really...
Are you serious? He was dead before the gas killed me. Now I'm gonna lose that on an upgrade.
Actually,
Come on.
if
man.
he was dead when he killed you, I think you still get your upgrade.
Well, we're about to find out. About to find out. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Ha!
You're like, I'm get this out of upgrade. I was like, I don't know.
That's alright. It's gonna fit. Oh, succeed. Succeed. Alright. Alright, I gotta start to work on pushing up some augments. My augmented one are only like level 102, 103. I need to get some higher augments going. I only have a couple pieces augmented to begin with. I'm always worried I'm gonna like put an augment through and then get a better version of that gear like 2 seconds later. But
Oh yeah.
whatever.
Like right now, all of my gear except for my new ancient focus ring is augmented.
Nice.
They're mostly all augmented to 500, which is a 100 gem.
Yeah.
But my chest piece is a 110 and my shoulders are 110s.
I should augment a couple of things. My problem is I'm low on gems in general.
Well, if you go out there and you see some the gem goblins, just make like 50 of them spawn and then just kill them all.
Yeah, right. I wish. Yeah, like I don't even have enough to make the gems I need for an augment right now. And I haven't really been keeping puzzle rings unless they're ancient, so.
I would still hold on to the normal puzzle rings.
Yeah, that was stupid to get. I've sharded like 10 of them.
Let's see how many normal ones I got. I have 2 full tabs of nothing but puzzle rings.
Well, you, sir, are Diablo rich.
Well, I can't really say completely full. One of them's completely full of nothing but puzzle rings. The other one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the bars, like lines full.
Mm-hmm.
The last 4 have the bovine things in them.
Nice.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 10 bovines, so I can have 4 more of them. If I get 4 more.
Yeah, I need to run some puzzles at some point.
Yeah, I'm getting. How much money do you have right now?
16 billion.
Yeah, you got
Trillion or whatever.
I'm at 1.3 billion at the moment.
I got 34 keys left, and then I need to farm some more keys. Probably get some gems farming those too.
See, I went through there and I joined this public group. And they asked if anyone had 5 ancient puzzle rings, and I jumped on. I was like, yeah, I got 5 of them. I had 6 at the time, but I only used 5.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, we need a 4th, and I was like, okay. So I jumped in there. I used my 5 puzzle rings, and then all 4 of us used 5 ancient puzzle rings apiece.
Wow, nice.
So I went from 10 billion to like 60 billion.
That's awesome. See, I don't trust people. I feel like I'd use my 5 and then everybody would just leave.
Oh no, I was the last person to use them because I told them I was like, I'm not using mine till you guys use yours because
Yeah, it's
I
smart.
don't know any of you guys. You guys are all new to me.
Right?
And they were all friends and everything, so they're like,
That's cool.
okay, as long as you don't back out after we use ours. I was like, let's do this. You each of you use one, and then I'll use one, and then we do it that way.
Yeah,
That works, and then we each put 5 in.
nice.
Yeah, we got a little bit of money out of that.
Archie, chill. Yeah, it's more than a little bit.
I mean, that lasted me all the way up to now, and I'm just now at 1 point something billion again.
That's awesome.
But you try to empower them higher rifts, man. You go through it like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Heck, I was empowering 120s while me and this other group were running 120s, and it's 150 million gold every time.
Jesus. Yeah, I had some bad luck re-rolling a piece of gear last week, and I ended up, it was like 40 million a roll, 50 million a roll, 60 million a roll. I was like, Jesus.
I've never had it to where it was that much, but I've gotten it to where it was like 10, 15 million.
It was the worst luck I've ever had in this game. I was just trying to get a 20% cold damage on something. I was like, what the heck?
Oh yeah, no, that you're like me. You sit there and you try to get it to where until it's the perfect number that whatever
Yeah.
max it is.
Absolutely.
But yeah, yeah, I think I'm doing all right. I'm trying to catch up to a couple of my friends on here.
Yeah, you're doing more than alright if this is only 10 days.
Yeah, this is around 11 or 12. But most of my friends on here are like 2,000 plus right now.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, heck, in 12 days I've gotten to over 1,500 now. And they've been playing since the season started, which is like a good 2-3 weeks before I started.
Well, if you play in groups, around 2,000 is like pretty casual. I don't want to call them casual, but it's pretty normal. That's not really like hardcore like some of these streamers.
Average, pretty much.
Yeah, with power creep, that's average.
Yeah, like last season, I didn't know anything because it was my first season. And so I got my Necromancer made, and I went over there and got... This was all solo with no help from anyone, because I didn't know there were other people that played this game.
That's crazy. Just to hear you say that, it's wild.
Well, like 99% of my friends then would never play this game.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I play a lot of different games. I play a lot of Destiny 2. I play this. I play, exclusive console games. So it's...
Yeah, like I used to play Destiny 2 whenever it was on this platform, and before they switched it to Steam.
Yeah.
And then I played it. I got almost 200 hours in it on Steam, but I kind of like dropped off from playing it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's in a lull. Like I'm not really playing it right now either. I just started playing. I beat God of War last week. I started on Spider-Man on PS4 recently. So,
The headpiece for the armor. But yeah, like I don't know. I just don't know how much more money I can put into Destiny 2.
yeah.
Or the Destiny as a franchise, because I was there with Destiny 1.
Me too.
I bought it on PS4 and Xbox, and I had the most expensive copies for every version that came out. And then I went through there and got Destiny 2 on the PS4 and Xbox, and then found out a couple of my friends got it on here, so I had to rebuy everything again.
Right.
On here to play it, and then
My thing is the game loop is becoming stale to me. Like a new expansion comes out, new raid, play the raid to death. Like that's starting to get kind of old to me.
yeah,
Because there's no progression. Like you level up, play the raid, get some gear, and then I don't know. And I'm not a big PvP like Crucible guy. Like I enjoy it, but it doesn't really keep my interest that much.
yeah. I mean, But yeah, I've just gotten to the point where I'm to where now, like if I buy that new expansion that's coming out,
Yeah.
it would put me easily over $1,500 that I've spent on that one game.
Yeah. That's hard, dude.
And that's literally all buying the expansion stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Bungie's really good at the sizzle, though. They try to get you in. They're like, "Oh, stasis, new subclasses, blah blah blah." Like, they're really good at hyping it up.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got me a few times. Like, there's been some good expansions, but like Shadowkeep was so. After like 6 weeks, I was kind of like, eh.
With Destiny 1, that expansion that they did
Taken
at
King.
the very end, the Taken King,
Oh, that was great.
hands down, that was one of the best expansions out of all of Destiny.
Yeah, I think Taken King and then the one where Cade died in D2 were my two favorite. With the Last Wish raid.
Yeah, we don't speak of that. Cade is my favorite character in Destiny, and then they have to go and kill him, and then they want me to spend more money on the game.
Yeah. I'm still surprised that Aldrin hasn't come back as like the Hunter Vanguard yet, but we'll see.
But that was stupid. I don't know why they did that. When they did that, I literally was like, I don't know if I can play this game.
They did it for shock, and you know.
They did it to make me mad.
Yeah.
Because he was like the guy that was one of the main reasons I played the game, was just to hear the dialogue from him.
Oh yeah, he's great.
And then they go and kill him, and then they want me to spend more money. It's like, I don't know, game.
Yeah, I hear you.
Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna kill me, and then I gotta buy a new character. And
That's the other thing too, like, who knows what's gonna happen. Dark Guardians, Light Guardians, it's all,
you know.
who knows.
And I mean, I was really into Destiny as well, man. Like, I knew all the lore stuff up to whichever version was out at that time. And, like, I knew stuff that a lot of other people didn't know. My,
Well, yeah,
card.
the lore is hidden. Like, you gotta go read it, find it.
Oh yeah, and a lot of it you have to find. And my triumph score, I think is what it was. Was I was one of the few people in Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 to have all the triumph stuff, and I had all the skills done. I had all of that stuff done.
Jeez.
Now, I probably don't have it done anymore because they've added a bunch of stuff since I stopped playing.
Right.
But I
That's
had it
insane, man.
100%, and I have all the achievements for both games, Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, on all the platforms that I played it on.
That's wild.
Like I said, I was really, really into that game.
There was just a magic with D1 that they just never recaptured with D2.
Yeah, and then the start of D2.
Yeah, it was such a step.
That was horrible.
Such a
'Cause
setback.
I played it on PC whenever D2 first came out. That trial version or whatever it was on there.
Yeah.
And it was complete trash, and I was like, why? Why did you do this?
Well, it was like they were out of tune with their own game because the team developing D2 made all these stupid changes.
Yeah, and then like the main villain and everything didn't even really know why he was a villain.
It was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah.
I almost quit Destiny 2 forever when Curse of Osiris or whatever came out. I was like, this is complete garbage.
Yeah.
That was really bad. And then Warmind was like, okay.
Yeah.
So. Die, Sand Shaper, die.
But yeah, here recently, I've mainly been playing Diablo, but some other games I've recently played has been like, oh, there's other guys here. What?
I hate when this happens. It's so annoying. They just keep coming out of the hole.
What?
Oh, yeah. My girlfriend's like, what? Coming out of the hole?
Yeah, I heard that. That was dead quiet. And then what?
But yeah, I play D3 like pretty much off and on all the time, and then I recently picked up a PS4 and started going through all the exclusives that I missed out on over this last generation, because I was usually like an Xbox PC guy,
Yeah.
but I was like, man, there's just too many that, you know,
See, I
Spider-Man,
bought,
God of War, like Horizon, all these things I missed out on.
yeah, I bought a PS4 for the same reason. I had no multiplayer games on it.
Oh yeah, it's just a single player story game machine for me.
Yep, and then Xbox was my main platform for years, and then I went through there, and on my 18th birthday, I bought me a PC
Nice.
with all my money and everything that I saved up, and spent about $1,500 on it. But that was to get the monitor, the keyboard and mouse, the mouse pad,
Yeah.
mic, my headset, my computer, and all the parts for it. And then I put it together and everything when the parts arrived, and I had a GTX 970 and an i5 6400 with 8 gigabytes of RAM and everything. And then I went
That's crazy, man. GTX 970. I had one of those for years. It's a good card.
yeah, it was my first card I ever used. And then the games were starting to get to where they weren't being. I would have to put most of the newer games to like low to medium,
Yeah.
and that was just to get like a solid 50, maybe if I'm lucky, 60 frames per second.
For sure.
And I went through there and I saved up and
Yeah.
everything. And on my 20th birthday, I went and bought me my computer I got now. And this one's a little overpowered, just a little bit.
No such thing.
Especially from my last one, it's a lot more powerful than my last one.
Nice.
Price tag, of course, went up on it.
Yeah, a tad bit.
Yeah, and then now the parts that I have in my computer are even more expensive because of the whole coronavirus thing.
Yeah.
So, let's put it this way, right now, with the coronavirus stuff going on, if you built my computer right now and bought the parts for it, if you can even get the parts, it's going to be somewhere around a $4,000 to $4,500 computer.
Woo! That's
When I got it, it was a $2,500 computer.
Did you
and
have
that-
it custom built? Or did you build
Nah.
it yourself?
Built it myself. That was me buying the parts for cheaper than what they were normally selling for and everything, and it still came out to $2,500.
Jeez. Yeah, it's gotta be a beast of a rig.
I have a RTX 2080 Ti. I have an i9 9900K. I have 64 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. I have liquid.
Here's a question to you. I ask this a lot of times to people. With the new consoles now coming out, becoming kind of closer to the PC fidelity, do you personally enjoy a console experience more than PC experience, or do you see yourself, even if consoles and PCs are on par, always preferring the PC experience?
Well, that would never happen because with the console, they're still gonna be more restricted than a personal computer.
Right, but if it's like
But
say like on par, like what do you prefer?
And the way the games look and everything, if they were similar, I would still honestly stick with a computer because you can, in all honesty, do way more with the computer than you could with the console.
Right.
And
Yeah, I'm always curious. I like to get people's opinion on it.
and then for me, again, another reason why I wouldn't be able to do it is because I wouldn't be able to use a controller.
Yeah. Once
After
you go keyboard and mouse, it's like, yeah. It's hard.
after over 3 years of playing on computer, I have gotten to where now it just feels so weird to hold a controller.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
I still
able
like
to
controllers,
play
but with like FPS games, it's like, forget it. But they're
Well,
bringing
even
keyboard and mouse
a
support.
game
I
like
feel like.
this, I would hate to play this game right here with a
Oh
controller.
yeah.
And I know there's people that do it because this game is on consoles, and I feel bad for them.
Well,
But
the thing with the console version is they had to add the rolling mechanic
yeah,
because otherwise it's like, how are you gonna stay alive?
see, I've been playing with computers ever since I was about 6 years old.
Yeah.
I've owned my own personal computer for about three years now.
Gotcha.
So I've literally grown up playing keyboard and mouse for the Diablo franchise, all the way before it was even on consoles.
Yeah.
And to me, playing it without keyboard and mouse is almost like a sin. Like how you have forsaken the Diablo lords?
What about your cell phone though? Like, you got a phone, right?
Yeah,
Oh my god. That Diablo Immortal thing,
I don't claim that as a Diablo game.
yeah. The worst part about it is I bet you it's fun.
I played it. I didn't particularly like it. To me, it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel
Yeah.
like a Diablo game.
Do you play Overwatch at all?
Yeah, I haven't played it in a while though.
Yeah, me either. Some of my friends, some of my buddies are thinking about getting back into it.
Well, look, do you know what this is? I don't know if you have it or not, but the thing on my back.
Yeah, I have those, the Mercy Wings.
Yeah, the only way to get them is owning that game.
Yeah, Overwatch is fun. It got a little toxic. Like, I played it for the first couple years it came out,
Yeah.
and then it just got like, oh my god. Everybody's just talking trash the whole time.
It got like Counter-Strike did.
Yeah. It was wild. Oh my god. It was like, I just couldn't play Overwatch anymore unless I had a full party of friends, because somebody would just start trash.
But do that. Yeah. I'm trying to multitask. There we go,
It's all
that
good.
works.
And I
Oh.
do play a console, see?
See, like I said, there's some games that I actually really love and they're console exclusives. So I
Yeah.
mean,
I
yeah, I
just
can't-
beat the God of War from a couple of years ago last week. That game was amazing.
yeah, like the God of War franchise, The Last of Us. I haven't played The Last of Us 2, but I
Same.
have completely done everything you could possibly do in the first. So I'm a really big Last of Us fan. Definitely
I only
think would be-
played the first couple hours of the first one, so I was thinking about playing the first one and then playing the second one in the next
Yeah.
couple months or so. See what happens.
But yeah, I mean, I like that game, and then the Uncharted franchise, I like that.
Oh yeah, Uncharted's great.
I think the one I think it was 2. I could be wrong, but it's the one where you're in the train and the train goes off the rail over a cliff.
Yeah, those two.
That's what I thought.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, that one was really cool. And then there was an Easter egg in the the last, or the not the last one, but the one that was supposed to be the last one. And we're in one of the towns. You could literally, if you stood still for like a minute or something, you got an achievement for it because it was a reference to something that happened in the development process of the game.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know about that. I used to be huge into like achievements, like
Oh
when
yeah.
360 was out and everything. I used to literally just buy like dumb games just to get achievement points, but I don't do that anymore.
I have on my Xbox, I have a bunch of points on my account.
I'm not as attached to trophies because I haven't spent as much time in the PlayStation ecosystem. But...
Well, I have on my PlayStation, I have all the trophies for all the games that I've played.
That's
and I
cool.
mean, the games that I played were mainly like single player games where
Right.
you just had to basically play the game, complete the.
That's cool that you can say you've platinumed all the games you own, though.
Yeah. But all the games I own on there are, again, strictly single-player games with no features of multiplayer.
Yeah.
Well, except The Last of Us, the first one, it has some multiplayer features, things that you had to do to platinum. But
Wasn't there like a cult group of people that like loved the multiplayer in Last of Us 1?
yeah, like The Last of Us 1's multiplayer is unique, but it's also kind of not unique.
Yeah.
And
my favorite franchise for the longest time was Mass Effect. I was a huge Mass Effect fan.
yeah, I've never really gotten into Mass Effect as big as a lot of my friends have, but I was highly upset whenever Mass Effect Andromeda came out.
Oh man, that game was half-baked.
In my honest opinion, that was literally like slapping all the fans in the face and being like, "Here, now take it."
Yeah, I was pissed off, man, because I mean, Mass Effect is still alive. Hopefully it makes a comeback, but they really tarnished the name.
Well, even with Mass Effect 3, the original ending was not what it was supposed to be, and the only way to get the true ending was to buy the DLC.
Yeah, that pissed a lot of people off. That was like the start of it. And they didn't even they didn't hand Andromeda to the A team either. They had like a BioWare B team make it. Once EA bought BioWare, that was kind of the
nail in the
crap.
coffin.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's crazy with a lot of the games like that.
I'm hoping Dragon Age is good, but who the hell knows? Anthem was like another one. It's like, come on, guys.
I've heard that they fixed Anthem, or a lot of the problems with Anthem, but
they're working on it, but I just don't see, like, I don't know. I mean, never say never, right? Like, look at No Man's Sky. I never played No Man's Sky, but my friend told me it was like trash, and they totally overhauled it.
Out. And basically what No Man's Sky was, the development company promised multiplayer features. It promised that you could literally discover 100 quadrillion planets with their like launch thing. And there was a lot of planets, but there was maybe 2, 3, maybe 400 planets.
Right.
They were a little short on that promise.
Oh yeah.
And there was no multiplayer features at all, or co-op features like they were promising.
Yeah, and Sony was pumping it up too. Like I remember the marketing.
And the ship that you got into in space originally was basically like a place that you would just walk around in. There wasn't anything to really do in there.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. And there wasn't really anything you could do in the game either. You just walked around, made a big hole in the planet, and then went to your next planet and
Yeah, it
rinse and
was
repeat.
totally not what they said was going to be delivered on.
And then now they have the co-op feature, they have the multiplayer feature added back into it and everything. But
My buddy was telling me it's great now.
part of the game.
I remember when they were developing it, I was like, who's this studio? Isn't this like a crowdfunded game? Like, how are they gonna do all this?
Like, I remember back in the day I can't really say back in the day too much because
Yeah, watch yourself.
but I don't know, I feel older than I am mainly because of my dad and growing up playing all of his games and stuff. But I remember back a long time ago where I think it was like early 2000s. It was whenever they developed Fable.
Oh god, yeah, Peter Molyneux promised the world in this game.
Yep. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they're good games, but it was way over promised.
Yeah, that guy was like on crack. He was like, you're gonna be able to do all these things and blah blah blah, and marry this person, and do this, and you'll become a millionaire playing our game.
And you go through it and you play it, and like half the stuff that he promised isn't even in the game.
Yeah, that guy was. Fable 1 and 2 were good. Fable 3 was.
Yeah. I will say this though, I do like that feature, I think it's in Fable 3, where you could go and invest into a company in the game.
Yeah,
or like
that was cool.
And you can make money over time through your investment.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty unique feature, but...
It's gonna be interesting to see Playground Games put their spin on it.
Oh, are they making another one?
Yeah, they're making a new Fable. They announced it at the Xbox event.
Oh, I didn't know that. I would definitely play that.
The UK studio Playground Games, they make the Forza Horizon games, like the open world Forza games.
Yeah.
So they're doing it.
I will say this though, I for Xbox, I do like Forza Horizon. I like Horizon more than I do the other one, the Motorsports or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not a big like racing sim guy, so Horizon's definitely more my cup of tea.
Yeah, like for me, I grew up racing wise on the original Need for Speed games.
Yeah, those were great.
Yeah, and then I hate what they did with the newer ones. I think they should have just left them alone.
Yeah, they went in a weird direction with it.
Yeah.
But I think Game Pass is... Microsoft's doubling down on this. We're going to be the Netflix of games. They're dropping the Xbox name from Game Pass. It's just going to be called Game Pass.
Okay.
So, $15 a month. You can play all their exclusives. Download whatever games are on Game Pass for free. It's pretty crazy.
I remember when Game Pass came out and it had like 2 games to its name.
Yeah. And you're gonna be able to cloud stream starting next month for like included in that price.
Okay.
So who knows?
But yeah, no. With how my childhood went and stuff that I've played and what I grew up playing, I feel like I was born in the 80s, even though I was born in the late 90s. And
yeah,
I get called, like, I've literally had people say that I was, like, way older than what I was actually. Like, that one kid, he was like, "You're 50," and I was like, "You're a dick."
That's what Archie does to me.
But, yeah, like, that was literally, like, my response. When he was like, you're 50, I was like,
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
If I'm 50, I would hate to see what 20 looks like to you, like a toddler, I guess.
Seriously. What a dick. I don't think I'm gonna get an ancient belt that's better than this one.
Well, if you believe that you're not gonna get what you want, the game's gonna recognize that, and it's gonna realize that you don't want that, so it's gonna drop it for you.
Okay. I like that.
Which, I mean, in all honesty, that's literally not even far from the truth, because this game will never drop what you want, and if you don't drop it, what did you get? A Primal Ancient Valus Bequest.
Woo!
I would roll the strafe damage off, you don't need it.
Yeah, area damage is already on there, so...
Yep.
What would I go, the flat damage or attack speed?
Cooldown reduction would be good.
Yeah, that's true.
What is your Dawn at?
It's not great.
If it's at 62%, you want your
61.
cooldown 61.
Yeah.
So you're gonna want like 40, roughly 43% cooldown, somewhere in that neighborhood.
I have 43.6 right now, so I could probably get away with not doing cooldown on the Valus.
Do you have cooldown on the one that you have already?
No.
Okay. It has area damage. Let me look and see what.
I'd like to be able to keep the Vit, but if I guess I could roll the Vit, but I don't really need strafe damage.
So the strafe damage does absolutely nothing for you because your strafe isn't where your damage is coming from.
Yeah, damage is all.
So I would reroll for either increased damage against elites, or no, I would roll for damage percent.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let me see what this guy on the leaderboard says.
Because that 10% would be, it doesn't have it. So yeah, I would roll for the 10% damage.
Does attack speed get you anything?
Well, it depends. The attack speed capped
let me see what my attack speed is.
2.14. If your attack speed goes over 2.14, it will glitch your thing out, and you will do less damage than what it says you're doing.
My attacks per second is 2.12 and 2.0.
Mine's 2.14 and 2.0. But if you go above 2.14 for attack speed on a weapon, the game cannot handle it. So it will start shooting less arrows than what you're actually shooting with the higher attack speed.
See, that's no fun. Alright. Yeah, I'll roll the strafe damage to 10% flat damage.
Yeah. That's gonna buff it up. I mean, again, if you don't want it, I can always take it off your hands and fix it. That's your call.
No, I'm gonna definitely use this thing.
No.
I see what you're trying to do. See what you're trying to do to me there.
I mean, that's a pretty bad, trash-looking Valus Bequest.
Yeah, right. Sure. Watch my luck here. It's gonna take me like 5 billion gold to get this 10%. Whew, got it.
But yeah, you're pretty much just like me though. You roll till you get that max number.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's like something I'm not gonna end up using.
Yeah, you got the gift. I was gonna say, if you have the gift, you can make a socket in it.
Boom. 3,400 damage, Valus Crest. Nice. And I got my vid up to 800k, which is good.
So you went from 1.5 million damage to 1.9, almost 2 mil damage with that one upgrade.
Well, no, I had 1.8.
Oh, I thought you had 1.5.
No, I was at 1.8.
Say that's a massive upgrade.
So I went from
there.
1.8 to almost 2.
Yeah.
So that's a big upgrade. I'll take it.
Yeah, if you look at my Valus Bequest, it's trash. The only reason I still have strafe damage on it is because it did the hatred regen. I had hatred regen with strafe damage, and the hatred regen is worse than the strafe damage, so I rerolled that for area damage.
Yeah.
And it had 900 dex with the flat damage with cooldown, and yeah.
Nice.
So if I know that if I can get a better Valis Bequest and a better Dawn, them two things are the main things holding me back at the moment.
Hey, I was just looking at your gear. You have good gear.
My gear is good, it's just my weapons are trash.
I can't get 15% of these pants. I need to get some more augments in my gear, but I don't have enough dex gems yet. So. Well, that's huge. That's a nice upgrade for today.
Yep.
I'll take it. I was just about to delete it too. I was like, did it. I was like, wait a minute.
I've actually seen someone, I was watching their stream, and I seen it, and I was like, I like put all in caps. I went primal, and they were like, no, you're just bullshit. And I was like, no, you got a primal, and they got a primal Dawn, and the guy didn't believe me and wasn't paying attention and deleted it.
Oh my god, no, that makes me sad.
How do you think that makes me feel? I have trash weapons. I was like, no.
Yeah.
And then he rewatched his stream, and I was like, oh, I just deleted a primal Dawn. And I was like, I know, I told you.
That's fucked up.
And everyone in his chat was like freaking out and doing the whole, oh.
That would freak me out.
And I was literally like, why game? Why do you give that to him and he deletes it?
Right?
I would have used that game. Like, come on, man.
Hopefully the primal faucet's turned on now, because I find when I play this game that once you find one, you find a couple more. It's almost like a faucet.
Yeah, we've each found one primal for today.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually happy about finding that primal, because that was my first primal in 3 days.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about primals. You can go like a few days without anything, and then you can find like 10 in a day.
Yeah, last night, one of the guys that I was playing with in the clan that I'm in, we were pushing greater rifts, and we were doing somewhere in the neighborhood of 120s. I think we were doing 119s actually, to get our main gems to 120 rolls.
Nice.
He was going through there, and he got 5 primals back to back, and I didn't even get a single ancient the whole time we were doing that. And I was like, game, come on now.
Is your clan pretty active?
Yeah, there's a good amount of people active on it.
The one I'm in kind of died.
Oh, trust me, whenever I left, I literally left the clan that I was in this season and joined this one, because I was in that clan for 3 years. The first 4 months, it was active. The owner of the clan was on, all 15 members were playing it really consecutively. And then everyone just stopped playing it except for me, and literally for 3 years I've been the only active member.
Yeah, time to find a new crew.
And like the owner of the thing and everything, I've been talking to. I was like, if you guys don't hop on, I'm gonna find me a different clan and stuff, because there's a lot of benefits for being in an active clan.
Oh yeah, bounties, all sorts of fun stuff.
And they were like, yeah, we'll get on, and that went on for like solid month and a half.
I was gonna say 3 hours.
And I never like they said that they were gonna get on, and they didn't get on for a month and a half after they said they were going to get on.
Jeez.
Like, I stayed that extra time to just see if they were going to do it. Because, you know, I've been playing this game with them ever since I got the game on my own PC.
Yeah.
I was wanting to keep playing with them, but they just completely died off from the game. And I'm not
on
gonna.
1500, by the way.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize. Thanks. But yeah, I went through there, and I'm not gonna hold myself back if they don't want to play.
Yeah, definitely not.
And I met this clan on Twitch actually, and one of the main officers in it was who I met, and I didn't know this, and he invited me to the Discord and everything, and I was talking, and I was playing with him for about a week now, and one of the members was like, "Yeah, dude, you should leave that other clan and join ours," and I was like, "Well, I don't know any of the guys that can invite me," and he started busting out laughing. I was like, "What?" Like, dude, I'm one of the founding members of the clan.
That's
Like, oh, okay. You know, you want to send me an invite there, man?
That is hilarious.
Yeah. There's a Dawn. I don't know if you whatever you call it.
Oh, I can't pick it up. I don't know if you gambled it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kadala.
See if my Dawn is, or if my ballistas are any good.
That one was a 2.9.
Oh, 2.9 is pretty balls. Pretty balls.
I have a ancient one that's a 3.0, which I think is the highest it can get.
That's awesome. I have. This is what started earlier in the season, and I was like, I'm not playing that set. I was like, stop, please stop.
Primal.
Yeah. I was like, stop.
I feel you there, man. Like, this right here is what I got. My first 2 drops. It was that and that. The boots and that gun, which
wow.
I hated. Hey, if we threw our 3 pieces together, we would almost have the full set of that gear primal.
Right? That's hilarious.
And then I got this right here, which this is a good roll, but I just don't use this item.
Oh man, that brings back memories. Old Marauders builds from back in the day.
Yep.
Do you remember when Marauders, like, their turrets actually fired your spenders for you?
Yeah.
That was, oh man, that was so much fun. Just toss them down and run. Everything does.
And then I got my first primal that I could actually use, which was the pig sticker.
Nice.
And it had really good rolls, especially for what I was using it for. Because I was going to use the pig sticker for the Thorns build for the Crusader.
Yeah. That's like the weapon you want to use.
Yep, and I seen it,
It's like a stat stick.
And I was like, ooh, a primal that's actually useful. Thank you, game.
Right.
But yeah, I think altogether though, I've gotten about 20-something primals already. And 99.9% or 99.8% of them are useful.
I ended up sharding it. I got a primal chess piece for this build, I think, but the rolls were just terrible. I was like, wow, that's bad luck.
Yeah. Oh, my friend, that's the leader of this clan. Mm-hmm. Yesterday we were playing and everything, and one of the 5 primals he got was the primal shield that I need for my Crusaders build, and he also needs it because we're going for the same build. And I was like, dude, why? And then he retorted and he was like, well, why do you have the pig sticker? And I was like, true.
Right.
Because his is just a normal legendary. But, yeah, he didn't like that pig sticker.
I need to build up my Z-Barb. That's usually like what I try to do to get some groups to play with me, because I'll be like, alright, I'll Z, but I just didn't have the energy this season to do all that. I was like, just kind of just want to play what I want to play.
Yeah.
I can't believe you played Necro last season. I can't get into Necro because I didn't buy it right away, and then the playstyles are strange to me, and like it's really squishy. And
I don't like it as much as I don't like Necro nowhere near as I did with Diablo 2.
yeah. And I refuse to do rat runs. It's like so boring.
I don't even know what a rat run is at this point. Like I said, being in a group.
Necros where you just run in a group and they freeze everything together and they just farm GRs for XP. It's like the meta for XP.
Okay.
This season's the first season where like you don't need a bunch of Necros to necessarily be really efficient.
I mean, I haven't really done anything with my Necro, even though I have a level 70 Necro.
Yeah.
Like 99.9% of my Paragon that I've gotten in this game for this season, it's all through my Demon Hunter.
Yeah. It's the flavor of the season. Last season it was Witch Doctor, because that thing was overpowered.
I do have a witch. I have one of every character right now at level 70, but only 3 of my characters are geared with the right gear that they need and can actually do higher content. One of them is this guy, obviously. He's my main.
Mm-hmm.
And then my Barbarian, I have the Spindwin build with him as well. And that's pretty fun.
Demon Hunter and Barb are like my favorite.
And then I have my Crusader for the Thorns build. I have him ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But he still needs some better versions of what he has on.
Yeah.
And same with my Barbarian, but
I like the lore behind the Crusader, and I like the way the class skills look and everything, but I never really like enjoy the Crusader when I play it. I think it's cool, but it's not really my jam.
I haven't played too much of the Crusader. I've only played the Thorns build with him.
Yeah.
And that Thorns build, I like it because I get to like stand there and laugh at enemies while they smack me and kill themselves.
Right.
It's just like, to me, it's like, yep, you're just gonna keep smacking me, and I'm gonna stand here, and you're gonna die.
Exactly.
I mean, I wonder if that would work for a passive playthrough in this game. It's like, I'm not gonna kill anyone, and I mean, technically, you're not the one killing things. Technically, they're killing themselves.
Right, man. Isn't there like a Thorns Necro build too?
Yeah, there's a Thorns Necro as well, but the Crusader version is way better.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier to use. Oh, and I found out that there's more than just 2 types of goblins in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And the only goblins I ever seen in the game was treasure goblins, and the ones that are slightly better than a treasure goblin that drops a little bit more gear.
Yeah, you were missing out, dude.
That was all the goblins that I knew that existed. Now, I've heard these magical rumors of pet goblins, rainbow goblins, and all that stuff, but I was playing for 3 years on here, and I never seen one of them. So I was like, yeah, they don't exist. This is just all...
My favorite were our jelly gobs, like the ones that expand to little ones, and the pet ones. Because I don't have a lot of the pets still.
I mean, if you want to, I'm almost out of keys, I think. How many do I have? Yeah, I got 2 after this. If
Okay.
you want to, I can hop on my witch doctor and we can farm for goblins.
Yeah,
But
I'm down for whatever.
I'm really wanting to find rainbow goblins, and I want to get the cosmic wings.
Yeah, I don't have those either.
I also need to get the rainbow sword because I don't have that, but I do have the hamburger dagger.
Oh god.
And yes, when I get on my witch doctor, I will show you my build and what he looks like, because it's the best looking thing I've ever seen in Diablo.
Uh-oh, that's
For a
scary.
witch doctor.
That's impossible. Witch
What do you mean
doctors
that's
are no good.
possible?
Witch doctors can't look cool.
It's hilarious. That's the thing.
I'm gonna have to take my dog for a quick walk after this rift. He's got to pee.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll probably farm some keys after we finish yours. Do whatever.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to get paragons. Paragons.
Well, I mean, you're about a little under half of, or over. I don't know. It's either under or over, but you need like 200 more Paragon to catch up to me.
I need a lot. It's just insane to look at like the power creep this season and the leaderboards. And...
Yeah. How much XP does it take for you to go to your next level?
72 billion or trillion or whatever.
I wish I was at that number again.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's a billion is what you're at, and for me it's 109 billion to level up one time.
Jesus. I mean, you got to be doing like 115, 120 speeds, right? 50
Yeah.
didn't matter.
If I do a 115, I can almost level up 2 times. Doing 100s like this, I get half a level.
Yeah.
And I was talking to one guy yesterday as well, and he's like Paragon 800, and he was like, yeah, I don't know why it's taken me so long to level, and I don't know why I have all this. Why it takes, like, I think it was maybe 1 billion. No, it was more than 1 billion. It was maybe 10 or 20 billion to level up. And I was like, dude, you don't want to know how much XP it takes me to level up.
Right?
And he was, it shouldn't be too much more than me. And I was like, it's over 100 billion to level up. Like, you're complaining about like 10, 20 billion, and I'm sitting here at over 100 to go 1 level.
Right? It's like, chill out, man. But yeah, I'm gonna take Archie for a quick walk. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yo.
Hey, man.
I'm back.
That's gross.
Excuse me.
One of my friends literally is freaking out at the moment.
In a good way,
Oh.
or?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Basically, what happened was while you were gone, he whispered me, want me to join him. I was like, "Nah, I'm in a group right now," and I was like, "By the way, I just got a primal chess piece," and I sent it to him, and he freaked out.
He's like, screw you. Be right back. I'm gonna grab a water. He could join up with us if you want. Sorry, I had to grab a drink.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, man, I'm trying to build up this YouTube channel. Start streaming more regularly again. See what happens.
We're not doing it this site at the moment.
Let's see here. You don't have any keys left, right?
I think I got 2.
Okay.
What's your YouTube channel? I was gonna say if there was a link for it, but there's
I
not.
put a link in the chat to one of my videos.
Oh, there we go. That works. I was like scrolling to the bottom and stuff looking.
I'm trying to, I need to set up more stream stuff, like have Nightbot throw the link in the YouTube more randomly and stuff. I only started the YouTube channel like a week or 2 ago. Thanks for the follow, by the way. I've made a lot of improvements since my first couple videos, put that way.
I will say this video, you look pretty different.
Boom, boom, boom.
Like, I would not have guessed that was the one I see streaming. It just doesn't look the
different angles and stuff.
Yeah. Well, and then you have a hat on right now, and then the video you don't.
I purposely did that in the video just for like shock value. So I was like, I haven't gotten a haircut since COVID.
Yeah. There you go. So you got one more right there.
Thanks.
No problem.
I do pretty regular YouTube content, so see what happens. I really want to get a podcast going and stuff too. But I've been watching like all the self-help, self-promotion, how to get your Twitch and YouTube off the ground stuff. I can't. My brain's ready to melt. Everybody just regurgitates the same shit too.
Pretty much.
It's all like clickbaity.
Yeah.
How to get your first 1,000 subscribers, and then like they just say a bunch of random shit and the video ends. You're like, oh, cool.
It's like 90% of that is stuff that makes no sense. But thank you.
Right?
Yeah,
It's a lot of luck. I mean, frankly, they try to say it's not, but I mean, you could do all the social media, all this promotion, everything, and as long if you have decent content, a lot of it's luck.
see, I find that it's like 90% luck, 10% actually knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely a thing where, like, if you have a face cam, you're more likely to get a viewer than if you don't.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
like, there's some things that you can do that can definitely increase your chances, but
Like
again, you're basically just waiting for that one big break.
Yeah, when I first started streaming, I got really frustrated because I was like, there's people with like 300 viewers that don't even talk to chat. And then I started to slowly realize like it's networking, who you know, like all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Right game,
Like,
right time.
For me, I used to stream a lot, and I would mainly stream like Counter-Strike. And I was in this group where it was nothing but gamers that streamed and played Counter-Strike, because I met one of the leaders of that group, and I was playing with him before he got pretty decent size. Like, on average, he would have between 30 to 40 people watching him at a time.
Which is great.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's not like the best, but again, it's better than a lot of people.
Well, the thing is, like, a lot of people think you need 1,500 viewers, but you don't. Like, you could have 50 viewers and have a really good community that supports you and, like, donates and is active, and that's all you could still make a good living. So.
Yeah, and I went through there, and I told him that I was thinking about starting to stream, and he helped me set up Streamlabs and all that stuff.
Nice.
And he helped me set all that stuff up, and I got to where I was streaming like 3 to 4 times a day, and anytime I was streaming and he was ending his stream, he would always host me to get that extra start. And in about a month, I got it to where I could have subscribers and all that.
Affiliate, right?
Yeah, and I went through there, and on average, I was getting about 10 to 11 viewers on average. And when he would raid me and host me and stuff, it would have that spike to like 60 to 70. And that would usually stay for a little bit, and then most of them would hop off because they were really just there for him.
Yeah, it's all networking and friends and promoting each other and team-based stuff. It's
yeah, and if you can get into a group of nothing but streamers, and usually they'll only host other people in that group, and that's what would happen. Would be he wasn't the only one that would host me. If I'm streaming and another one in that Counter-Strike stream group got off, they would host me or another person in the group and everything. And so I was doing pretty good with it, and then I had to move, and when I moved, there was no internet out in that area for a little while. And then I ended up having to move again, but it was long enough for my affiliate and everything to be terminated.
Yeah, I was wondering that because I was able to get to affiliate before I stopped streaming for a while. I think it's still active, but I'm not sure.
But yeah, that's what happened with me. Was that I had to move, and there was no internet, and because of that, I couldn't stream.
How long is it till they drop your affiliate? I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm
not for sure, but I wasn't able to stream for like 6 months. But
I think I think it's been a few months, not 6 months. So.
Yeah, and they dropped me from affiliate, and I just haven't really streamed again after that.
Well, you should, man, if you have the ability to.
I know my computer can do it,
it's
but
just consistency. Like it's hard. It's hard
yeah, and then another thing is I don't really remember most of the stuff that I would need to do for Streamlabs stuff. Yeah. And I don't have my camera anymore. But
It's not easy. I just figured, you know, I'm into the YouTube now. I'm really dedicated to my channel. Cross promotion works out pretty well.
Yeah. That one right there has a 50% for the legendary effect, and it has a 5.5% crit chance.
I got these earlier when we first started playing, so
Gotcha.
I'm sure you're good on gifts, right? I got one if you need it.
I mean, if you don't want them, I'll take them. I can just add them to my collection.
Yeah.
See how many of them I have.
I have so many. I don't know why I've been finding them in my collection, right?
How many do you have?
20?
I got, what, 4 times more than you? I'm at like 80 or something right now.
Alright.
Usually what will happen, I'll be in a group, and then they're like, yeah, I don't want this. I got too many. I'm like, I guess I'll take it instead of letting it despawn.
That's funny.
That and me finding them myself and everything. And I'd be like, so how many do you have and why don't you want them? It's like, well, I got too many. I got like 30, 40. And I'm like, yeah, I'm up to 80.
That's funny.
Well, I mean, if someone drops something, I mean, heck, at the least you can just save it and stack it with the stack. So if not, you can always scrap it and get the materials.
Exactly. But yeah, I gotta build back up on the streaming.
Yeah, I was doing pretty good. I got to where on my own without being rated, I was getting somewhere around 10 to 11 viewers consistently.
Yeah, that's huge. That's good. That's kind of where I was before I stopped.
Yeah, and then
some IRL stuff happens.
But yeah, and then there'd be that spike where I would get rated or something. And
yeah.
then I would jump from like 10 to 11 to almost 100, and I'm like, oh my god, there's almost a triple digit number. That right there is whenever you know something's going on, is whenever there's triple digit numbers in your followers.
Oh yeah, forget it.
Like at that point, I actually, the highest amount I've had watching me at one time while I was streaming was 270 people.
Woo.
And the only reason for that was because at the time, Twitch hosted me, and I was on the starting home screen for like 2 hours straight.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I got rated like 10 times.
That's huge, dude.
And I got like roughly probably a good 50, 60 follows out of it, and like 3 or 4 subscribers out of it.
That's
and
awesome.
it was crazy, man. And I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. And the first part was, it was like 7 in the morning, and I was up the whole day.
Oh my god.
And I want to go to bed, but I can't.
Yeah, doesn't that suck when that happens?
Yeah, like, you're going through there, you just want to go to bed at this point, and then you keep getting rated, and you keep getting more and more viewers, and you're like, I don't want to let all these people that came here,
right?
I don't just like end it, so I got to keep going. And I ended up going to bed at like 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon the next day.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't end the stream and do all that, and I finally ended it whenever it hit like the 20 viewer mark. At that point, I was just like, you know what, it's been fun, guys. I've been up for 30 something hours. I need to go to bed.
Oh yeah, I dropped a flag on the Guardian over here.
Okay.
But yeah, I really enjoy like YouTube editing and creating content. I'm getting better. Like My first few videos are trash. I'm trying to get a better format and clear up the audio and do a lot of different things. But I do really love streaming too, so.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, like freaking out if I knew someone that like even just did stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
And like I used to be in a clan on there, and one of the guys had a YouTube channel, and he liked to play with me a lot and one other guy because we were pretty good at the game.
Yeah.
And he would stream, and it was like so weird watching his videos and hearing my own voice in the thing, and it's like, oh my god, I'm on YouTube.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And then now, after playing with a bunch of people that stream and stuff, I've just gotten used to it. And then after streaming myself for a little while, it doesn't have that same, oh my god, I can hear myself on another person's stream.
Right.
It's
weird at first. At first, you're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Like, I was freaking out at that point, and I was like bragging to all my friends at school.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm on YouTube.
It's even weird when you first start making your own content. You watch your video and you're like, I hate this. And other people are like, no, it's pretty good. You're like,
Like, yeah, I messed up like 50 times, but you know, I'm not gonna say anything.
my first, like, I'm maybe 2 weeks in, and like, I'm getting better, but like, there's definitely times where I fuck up left or right, repeat myself or whatever.
Yeah. It's like you go through there and everything, what they see looks alright, but you know that that's like your 100th recording of that one event.
Yeah. My girlfriend was like, you should start making scripts. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Because it's like, you just like, you like get lost in thought. You're like, oh shit.
See, I've made one YouTube video out of my whole time being around people that do YouTube and all that. And I just wanted to like try it and see how bad I would do. And then I made that video, and then like within a week I took it down because I was so embarrassed of that video. It's like, I should not have posted this. This is now on here, and now I'm gonna get
I just
tortured.
decided, like, I'm gonna go for it. Like, I've been talking about doing it. I wanted to do it. It's like, might as well, you know? So we don't look back and regret not trying.
Yeah, like I said, I tried it. I butchered it to the point where I'm too scared to go back and try again.
I mean, it's not for everybody. That's for sure. So,
I mean, now with some of the knowledge I know from like Streamlabs and streaming on Twitch and stuff,
yeah,
I would definitely do better because
honestly,
it was
like a lot of Twitch streamers just take their VODs from Twitch and post it to YouTube. They don't even edit.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. That's all I know.
It's people have to like connect with you and gel with you. It's hard to find that. I'm not gonna find it right away. It's also hard to get comfortable behind the camera, even though when you're recording, you're alone.
Yeah.
It's kind of awkward. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird just sitting there talking into this thing that can't talk back, and
yeah,
you're just sitting there staring at it and knowing that you look like a weirdo while you're sitting there. And
my buddy was like, I can tell every video you do, you're getting more and more comfortable, because like the first couple videos, like you weren't yourself. You were all like, you know.
Yeah. I will say this, one of my friends though, that streamed on Twitch, and he streamed Warframe when he started.
I never played Warframe, but I heard good things about it.
I hate the game right now because the game won't let me play it.
Did you get banned?
No.
That's weird.
Basically, the game needs an update. and every time I try to do the update, it says update failed. And I've tried uninstalling it, reinstalling it on Steam. I've tried uninstalling it and
What did I
installing
just
it.
do?
Oh, what happened?
I sharded a ancient hunter's wrath.
Ooh.
It wasn't 200% damage, it was 196.
That's still better than mine. Mine's 172.
My legendary is 200. I
My
could've given it to
legendary
you.
was a
Damn.
150, and then I got this one at 172.
Actually,
And then I haven't replaced it because I haven't gotten one any better.
I couldn't have given it to you. I don't feel as bad now because I gambled it. Rip.
But
What
yeah,
were
I
you saying,
mean,
though, about your Warframe?
yeah, basically, it's bugged, I think, and I don't know how to fix it. And all the videos I've seen on how to fix it, I've tried and it didn't work.
Did you message your service team?
Yep, and they even the support guy literally told me he has no clue what's wrong.
Well, that's bad for business.
He was like, "Yeah,
Is it a common problem going on right now?
I don't know." He said he's never had anyone encounter this problem, and he literally has no clue on what to do.
Because I saw a YouTube video, I didn't click on it the other day, and it said really mad at Warframe right now. The current state of the game sucks, and I didn't know like what was going on.
Well, I'm not for sure about the current state of it. I just know, for me, none of my friends that play it has had this problem. It's literally just been me that I know of. And basically, what it is the game isn't updating itself correctly. And I've tried uninstalling it, reinstalling it. I've tried installing it through their own website instead of Steam, and it still didn't work.
That's weird. You fully uninstalled and reinstalled?
Fully uninstalled. I've gotten my storage, my hard drives and SSDs, and completely wiped them and restarted them,
Yeah.
and it didn't. That didn't help it.
That's
I have no clue what's wrong with it or what would even cause it to do something like that.
Yeah, that's weird, man. Usually if you wipe it from your hard drive completely... Our dog's trying to get my girlfriend's ice cream sandwich right now. He's like, I want one. I want one so bad.
So that's what all that is.
Yeah, I gotta mess with my mic levels again because I tuned them for YouTube. And like my gain's all wacky, so I think it's picking up too much background.